Hey, beautiful people. Good morning. Um, I shouldn't be here speaking about this. It's so early. It's 7:47. It's holiday period. I was just lying down, interacting with some information on social media, and I think there is something I want to say about everything. And today I want to speak about uh, queer baiting and how it births queer gullibility. And I will start from a bit of a distance. Before elections last year, I think we had parts of this conversation where we were speaking about how, and I remember some of the topics that I would bring up on my social media between Instagram and Facebook was how we shouldn't vote for Ruto as queer people because Ruto is not good for queer people. And I said, me saying he's not good is not in comparison to other leaders because other leaders are also not good. They're known to have come out. They're known to have come out to speak ill of queer people, to speak of denying queer people their rights. But the reason I was saying Ruto is not good for queer people is because Ruto doesn't have a human rights bone in his type of leadership. His type of leadership is the condescending kind, the kind that he's the authority and whatever he says goes. His kind of leadership is, if I'm not on the top, then it doesn't matter. I have to always be the one on top. And sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, really, good leadership is knowing you're leading other people. So the context isn't yours to decipher. The context is for people. The context is for people. The only part you decipher is understanding these people, right? But like it's not a situation that centers you all the time. But leaders like Ruto center themselves all the time. And I had so many queer people coming for me. You wouldn't know. He has never been in power. I'm like, no, this man has been in power. First of all, he was a vice president for 10 years. That is a lot of power for anyone in the world, really. And during those times, there are many times that he has come, and that video I think is somewhere on my this TikTok. So scroll down, you might see it, or not. I don't know. I think I posted it again after the fact because my other TikTok was banned. But yeah, and many people would defend him, and I'm not the kind of person who likes telling people I told you so. But truth of the matter is, I told you so, and we told you so because there was a number of us who were having this conversation. And I will speak about that with regards to what the Pope said. The Pope said priests, Catholic priests, can bless unions. Let me tell you, and I don't know if you know or you don't know, this is something that has been happening for so many years because anyone can bless your union. It's the same way you might have parents who are not accepting and they say, we don't accept this, but we wish you well. It's literally the same thing. It doesn't change anything. And so I hate the gullibility by queer people because Pope knew queer baiting will help. And people like saying, oh, it makes him an awesome person. No, he's not an awesome person. If he can confidently come out and say, I can bless you if you come see me, but I will not recognize your marriage. I will not recognize your union, at least not within the confines of belief in Catholicism. I will still think you're not worthy of matrimony. I will just think it's okay for me to not have a problem with you. I have a problem with people who say I don't care. I don't care whether someone is gay. No, you actually should care. The way we find ourselves in a situation like what is happening between Israel and Palestine and having a plethora of religious believers supporting Israel is a bunch of people who say they don't care. They never cared when occupation was happening so many years back in Palestine. They never cared about the lives that were lost, the Palestinian lives of women, children, but also breadwinners who go to the front line to fight for their families. But now, apparently, they care because Palestine said no. They finally say, fuck you all, and we're going to do something about it. So it's the same way the Pope has come out, and queer baiting was his agenda, and he's succeeding so well because I'm seeing everyone saying, oh, that's a good thing. You don't share that as a celebration. That's a damn thing. That's a nonsensical thing. Anyone can bless your union. If you're not Catholic, whichever church you go, I know many people who are loudly homophobic and silently have people who come from their homes, their children, their neighbors, their friends' children, children that are queer, and they always bless their unions and they tell them all these things and all, and they'll still insist their doctrine, their belief, their church believes God can forgive if you change and all that kind of stuff. So no, it wasn't for us. It was for his popularity meter. I need you to understand, whether it's a priest, a pastor, a president, everyone has a popularity meter to keep up with. And it's important for them from time to time to say things, sometimes controversial, sometimes never really, just anything, because they rely on that to up their popularity. And the fact that we always get caught in the middle of the stray bullet situation, it's very sad to think about. Very, very sad to think about. So, no. Whatever the Pope said doesn't mean anything to any queer person under the sun. The only time it would matter if the church came out and say, holy matrimony is a thing that queer people can also enjoy. Same-sex couples can also enjoy. And they will also go through the process, because I don't even believe in marriage as an institution to believe in. I'm not religious. I don't believe in marriage, not like that anyway. And if I was to get married today, apart from keeping the word married, I will change literally everything to suit the beliefs I have when it comes to people choosing to spend their lives together. And so, one, it's not like I'll go to any Catholic church to seek blessings for what? I don't need any more people blessing a union I'm in with somebody more than me and the person I'm with in that union, or the people I'm with in that union being happy to be there. That's like, in perspective of thinking about blessings, that's the best blessing you could ever get. Just being in a union with someone who wants to be in a union with you. That's all that is required, right? And so, it is nothing. It means nothing. That was just queer baiting. We were all queer baited. And I'm sorry for all of us, but it's about time, guys, we learn to process things better. All he needed to do was say that, and everyone has posted about it, and everyone is celebrating about it. There's nothing to celebrate about it. There's literally nothing to celebrate about. If you think about it, really, it's queer people being in danger, because then now queer people will be going to churches thinking they're welcome, and then they'll render themselves vulnerable to any form of attack, homophobic attack, because then you think the church is a safe place for you now, but it's not. It hasn't become safe. There's still a lot of things to break down. There's still a lot of things to go deep in with regards to the details of it and that kind of stuff, but that's not what I'm doing here. I wanted to make a video as short as possible. It's now 8 minutes, so that you can be able to, in 8 minutes, be able to understand that nothing that was said has anything to do with anything. Okay? Merry Christmas, and make sure to call the bullshit that happens with your family with regards to your queerness for what it is. It's bullshit. Yeah? It's always gonna be bullshit. If people depend on you changing for them to like you and respect you, nonsense. You're supposed to be respected for who you are, and it's not about acceptance. Nobody needs to accept you more than yourself. If you accept yourself, if you know about your identity and you love yourself for who you are, nobody ever needs to accept you more than you accept yourself. I love you guys.